Now the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala remains in a white color, and white light from the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala penetrates the white spiritual center and then makes its way down through the head and penetrates the dark blue spiritual center, activating this spiritual center, down to the light blue spiritual center, activating this spiritual center, down to the green spiritual center and activating it, down to the yellow spiritual center and activating it, down to the orange spiritual center and activating this spiritual center, down to the red spiritual center and activating it, and all the way down up to the tips of our toes, and the tips of our fingertips is filled with light. And as we inhale through the nose, the body begins to blow up like a balloon. And as we breathe out, our body begins to deflate. And whilst we are doing this, our body becomes lighter and lighter, lighter and lighter. And slowly our body begins to disappear. And now our bodies have disappeared. Now the only things which are remaining are the spiritual centers, one's breath and the spirit. So now we will deactivate the spiritual centers. So as we breathe in, the red and the orange spiritual centers have now disappeared. The yellow and the green spiritual centers have now been deactivated and disappear. The light blue and the dark blue spiritual centers have now been deactivated and disappear. The white spiritual center has now been deactivated and disappears. So now the only thing which remains is our breath as we continue to breathe in and in through the nose and out through the mouth, and our spirit. And now it is time to create the spiritual body. And it is as though we are looking into a mirror. We are picturing the finer details of our face, our nose, our eyes, our face, how big or small is the beard, are we wearing a topi or an imam sharif, what colour jubba are we wearing, and we are picturing all these details. And now we begin to take the deep breaths, and we will transfer the spirit into the spiritual body through the golden breath. So once we are ready, we will take this golden breath and transfer we have all transferred into our spiritual bodies. So firstly, find a teacher and begin to stand up to make the rows for Salah. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. سمع الله لمن حمده.
Who's the middle one? That's the one that's yeah. The big one back.
So just have a minute or two just to sort of collect your thoughts and relax. We'll just be waiting for the senior Ustad Imam Qais to come, inshallah. And if, now if you can just ask your brother Yasraj to come and or just to you take the feedback.
This one.
Just one by one, you all give your feedback, one by one, so you know that we know.
I've transferred and done that part okay, and I think because of practice, the lataif have become a lot more vivid in colour.
Just a little bit more closer and a bit more louder.
Yeah, so the lataif have become a lot more vivid in terms of the colour, and after that, me being here relative to the Imam, when I saw Hazrat Saab, he was on my left.
Right.
So that's something that carried on. It was split into two really. So one was that we're just praying, and the second one was that I keep getting this kind of what I see is that you're just flying through, galaxies, and there's just like stars, and you're just going through them. You don't see anything very clearly, but you see just dots flying past you, and you're going through like light tunnels, and that's pretty much.
So basically, what you're saying is the spirit is actually flying through different galaxies, etc., etc. This is nothing not abnormal, anything like that. So what you do is that if you can direct, like I told you, it's like a laser beam. So your thoughts, khayalats, is like guiding the spirit. I want you to go there. You understand? You say, so I want you to go to Medina Sharif. So as it's flying with the Shaykh, is that then eventually it'll land in Medina. So you alhamdulillah, now what you've done from yesterday, you've turned the lights on, you tell the engine is running now you've taken off. Now we need to land into a destination. So your next step is to land at the destination. So mashallah, it's better than yesterday in terms of the fact that yesterday all your engines were running, you just didn't take the takeoff. Today you've taken off, now you just need to find the destination point. And the destination point is first, is if you want to go to Medina, you go to Medina Sharif or Makkah Sharif, and then whatever it takes you there. But alhamdulillah, you start now. You've done the lift off, as they say. So mashallah.
No, so what's happened is this one and Isha Salah, the Farz, it was pretty similar to this, but the Nawafil were the first time we tried. they were like completely different. So in that, I could actually see myself in Medina Sharif.
Right.
And we went to Beit al-Muqaddas.
Yeah,
And
again,
in
it's
the-
just a matter of just repetition and practice. You're going to get better and better and better. So
Yeah.
carry on with that process, inshallah. You'll be fine, inshallah.
And how do you interpret certain things that you see?
You don't interpret. That's where you give your feedback to the teachers who will then interpret for you. So if you start interpreting, there's no need for a teacher.
Yeah.
You understand? So that's why this is very, very principle. It's a principle that whatever you see in the spiritual world, whatever you think, never interpret. Always feedback and get, if you, like a lot of you after today, you'll be assigned mentors. And then what happens is that if you have experiences, you'll be able to give your experiences in the WhatsApp group that will be created for you, that will be added. And you just say, okay, I had this experience. And then there'll be trained instructors and teachers that will actually then interpret that for you. If you start interpreting, that's dangerous. Because what it is that it's like any doctors, they don't do self-diagnostics. They go to another doctor to actually say, can you please, because you don't know whether you're under the influence or not. So that's why you have to have always this the caution of a protection, where you actually ask somebody else, can you listen to this and tell me if this is a sound or not? What should I do here? What should I not do here? Is there any meaning to this or not? And it's not just a mamuli thing. For example, oh, you went to Medina, very good. So, if we have time again, another time, because I'll give you a story of Hazrat Junaid al-Baghdadi and one of his murid regarding this, about interpretation and so on. If I have time, remind me if I have time, I'll give you that story, inshallah.
Yeah.
Good. MashaAllah. But MashaAllah Mubarak, that's good. A little bit more practice will get further, inshallah. It's good.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
With the cleansing in the Lataif, I got a bit of problem with the lighting from colors and stuff.
Okay.
But I try to imagine I transferred, and then I'm not sure if I troubled or not, because I'm flying with the Hossab somewhere really nice place with gates.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm in Medina Sharif, old Medina Sharif, praying with Hossab.
Uh-huh.
But I'm not sure if I've seen or imagination.
You just carry on telling me how it is, and don't
And then I was confused while I was praying, because one of my mind was saying, "Oh, you're not there, you're here." So I come back straight where I was here.
You see how subtle the
Then
spirit works.
I had to force myself to go back there.
Yeah. So inshallah, I said, you should all know what we've been saying. Go with the flow. Don't start thinking this is not right, or I'm here still, what's happened? But you see, there was a question somebody asked yesterday as well, but he didn't say because he was too scared to say it in front of others. I said, please do ask. Anyway, but basically is that jism and this physical body, I said to you is that many times, and I've told you this as well, if you're expecting this physical body to go, then you are foolish. The physical body will stay here.
Yeah.
It's only, illa mashallah, when, like I said, is when that cleansing has taken place, when the spirit and the body are cleansed, and then it gives a faculty. It's a different matter. But the spiritual body, you can only be in one place at one time with this physical body. Okay, but the spirit travels. So your body is here, your spirit goes there. And how we're supposed to stay in the, for example, you hear, Al-Ihsan is to worship Allah as though you're seeing Him. Is that, where is that? If I'm seeing Allah 24/7, but I'm going to work, how can I be in that state? Allah is seeing me and I'm seeing Allah, how is that going to work? How is that? I'm driving, how will that work? I'm actually playing with my children, how will that work? It's the spirit, it has that state and the kafiyat of the spirit that actually sees and actually witnessing. And you are still physically doing the jobs of this world. Conversing, as for example, as we're conversing, you could be with the Prophet ﷺ conversing. As you're actually here doing mundane tasks of the world, you're actually in Jannah and enjoying in Jannah. What happens then is that the more you do this, then the effects of the dunya has minimal effect, if anything at all. Because why? You're in the other world already. You're in the other world, and your yaqeen has become more and more in the other world. And this dunya, you know, is actually going to finish. It's fine. It will go. It will perish. So less and less yaqeen comes upon this dunya. And that is what we wanted. That's how the Sahaba were. That's why they didn't care if they had one day to eat or if they had heaps of gold. If for them it was the same. Because they were already into the akhirah. So here again is that this thing about, again, and also if you're having issues, go with the flow. Don't start, focusing so much on the latifah. These are just a means to an end. This just is actually helping you to actually exercise. Just do the methodology, transfer, and then go with the flow. Go with the flow. Let yourself go and travel. Don't think, oh, I didn't see the spirit. I didn't see myself. I couldn't formulate the body. Some people can't. Some people can't formulate the body, create the body, and they feel easy just to go. Go then. Just don't block yourself. That's the main thing. Don't start saying, oh no, what is happening here? What is happening here? Okay?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This time I felt more qurb for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Like Allah is with me, Allah is watching me, Allah can hear me. I felt His blessing. When I was transferred, I was in a prayer behind Hazrat Sahab. Then I went to Medina Sharif, and we were in a Jamaat behind, but I could not recognize the face who was leading the Jamaat, was Hazrat Sahab or was Hazrat Pak Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam or any Sahaba.
Okay. And is that the state that was until the end?
Yeah.
Okay, that's mashallah, that's good. Don't worry about, inshallah, with more practice, the spirit will always know, because like I said, is that you now know about the purification, why it's important. Tazkiyah of the 7 bodily organs, tazkiyah of the mind, tazkiyah of the heart, why that is important, and it's like a prerequisite to all of this. So like I said, is that you're doing university, PhD level stuff, spirituality, but we need to get you up to standards from the basics so that you know the A, B, C, D and put things together and start writing. And that is like the prerequisite. No, the university will take you if you can't even do A, B, C, D. But this is the shafqat and the compassion of Jamiat al-Muhammadi, you could say, or this tariqah and the tariqah of our masters and science of purification, that they said is that we'll take you, doesn't matter if you're A, B, C, D, and we'll get you up to scratch with that. So that's why it's so important that you don't negate what we're saying, the 5 amals, daily practices that you've been mentioned. Make sure you do that. Start with your tongue, do your tawbah, make sure you do your prayer sheets, make sure you do your ikhlas sheet, make sure you do your dhikr, make sure you do your muraqabah. This is the real thing which is going to help you and boost you even further. Boost you further and keep you steadfast upon whatever you're doing. And as you keep on doing that, it's not just that, no, there'll be more things that you need to progress. So many people, what happens is they think, oh, this is it. No, there are more. More. Like you just saw yesterday's diagram, so much levels that you have to reach. This is just the beginning, a taster. Okay? MashaAllah, Mubarak, very good, MashaAllah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Assalamu
One question before.
Cool.
A spiritual body, when it comes back, is it possible not to enter your body again? Can we do anything wrong while we're there?
No. It will always come back, don't worry.
We did come back to a mortal body, yes?
Yes. The spirit, just like when you're asleep,
it goes away.
Yeah. So what happens?
So we can't do anything wrong while we're in the journey.
You
not
can do
to
things
enter.
wrong, but no, unless your time is up, unless someone decides that this is it. Let me just explain to you what I mean by that. This is what was, you've heard about Shaykh Abdul Aziz Dabbar Rahmallah. What he said was that when you sleep, that's why you now understand the dua of waking up dua. Who knows the waking up dua? Alhamdulillah ahyana ba'da ma amatana. Here we praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that what did he do? Ahyana, he gave his life after death. Hey, what do you mean life after death? What do you mean? Now let me explain. The difference between the living and the dead is that when you go to sleep, your ruh leaves the body. Your spirit leaves the body. But wherever it goes, in, for example, in the world of dreams, in the world of Misal, and different places, it roams, wherever Allah SWT takes it, wherever the spirit it goes. But there is a light that connects from the spirit to your physical body. There is this, and that is what is making your heart beat. You're not, you're breathing, all your organs are working, everything is working because of the light of the spirit. Ruh is actually making everything work. Now, because of that light, for example, now you're left, there's still a light which is connecting you to that physical body. It will always enter back.
There's a connection there.
There's a connection there. What happens is that if Allah determines that this person's life is going to end now, He disconnects that light.
But would the ruh return to my body, then take it out?
No, that's it. I'm talking when you're asleep.
Okay.
When you're asleep, is that when the ruh leaves the body, if Allah decides this person is going to die in his sleep, the lights get disconnected, he cannot come back. This is finished, basically, the mouth of the person. And that's why we say, Inna lillahi wa rajiun, that person passed away. So now, for example, what you're doing, inshallah, is unless Allah decides that if this is my servant, his death is going to, it's not really a joke. It can happen, but alhamdulillah, if you're
it'd be a good death.
Yes, exactly.
That's the positive way to look at it. It'd be a good death.
If you're meeting Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi
Wasallam, and if I'm there,
that's it.
Alhamdulillah. I'm already there.
Yeah, exactly. So nothing to worry about. Okay. So,
and
here what we're saying is that unless that light gets disconnected, then inshallah you'll always have a transfer back. And also I remember is that sometimes the reason why I seek protection, shayateens and other things can come, jinnas come, shayateens come, evil things. Your protection is always, at that moment then what you do, you think of Azizab, Shaykh Mudabah, think of them, and inshallah then what will happen is that is like your protection and your shield in terms of your connection back and your connection of thoughts, everything will come back. Just focus on them, everything will start relieving yourself. Okay.
And about my experience, okay, as I spoke to you earlier, I'm still in the same stage. I want to transfer, but I still go with my thought.
Yeah, go on.
So there's no such thing as body, spiritual body. I don't see anything like that. I don't fly. I don't see light, nothing. But my thoughts, like I said.
Just tell us what you experienced.
My thought, I was looking for Ustad. 1 minute I thought I saw the Ustad. Then I was in Sajud in Kaaba, front of Kaaba. When I got up, Ustad wasn't there. Then next time I was in Medina on the courtyard, not inside, courtyard.
Yeah.
And that was it actually.
Right, okay. And anything else you saw? How did you feel when you're in Sujood and when you're in Makkah, and how did you feel when you're in Medina?
Even though I was in Sujood, I got up, I'm still in prayer, but I didn't see the Ustad.
Forget the scene. I'm saying, how did you feel? The moment you saw that you're in front of the Kaaba and you're in Sajda, how did you feel?
Obviously, a good feeling.
Right.
Good feeling, but...
Now, let me ask you a question. When did you think that did we tell you to go to Makkah?
No, not today.
There you go. So what we're saying is that you're saying it's my thought, it's my thought, it's my thought. We told you to go to Medina, but you're in Makkah, in Sajda. This is why I say is that stop thinking that you are the one, is thoughts and khayalas. No, your spirit is actually traveling. Yes, I told you that it's traveling, and not always it will go to where we want you to go, but your spirit is traveling, and you're focused on this. Is that okay? Your spirit wants to be Medina, and believe it or not, you said initially you saw it was through the Shaykh. They took you to Makkah, and what happened? Then next bit is that you didn't see the Shaykh, but then they took you to Medina, saying, "Come to Medina," and that's it. That's how it ended. It will get clearer. It will get more stronger the more you practice the Lataif cleansing, the course of purification, and all these exercises. This is only, you've spent what, 3 sessions now. Come onto another 2-3 retreats. We normally say 3 retreats, and then you'll get better. You're going to get more accustomed to these practices. So look, in these days, look, you see how subtle I keep on saying this. You will not, because what you're saying is we hear this regularly, hence why we're saying is okay. Well, we can have a little bit of, okay, we can understand where you're going, but then you will get better and more proficient, and you'll get stronger if you keep on persevering. And then follow the instructions that we tell you, then you'll get even better.
Yeah, one of the instructions was if I lose the teacher, to find him.
Yeah.
But after the Sajud, I lost him, and I didn't find him. I was alone in Medina.
Yeah. So basically,
I was looking for. I was aware of that. I was looking for it.
Because of that looking, inshallah, that is sufficient as well.
Okay.
That you okay? Where is the teacher? Where is the teacher? They're there. It's just that sometimes you just think they're not there, but they're there. Inshallah, that thought is just the power of that thought of where is it? Let me go and find him. Sometimes just bringing the picture of themselves of Shaykh Ahmad Abba, that would be sufficient. Just bring that thought. How do they look? For example, the last time you met them, you saw them. You just bring that thought, and that's it. That's it. I'm okay, and you get that clarity back again. Okay, just do that.
Okay.
MashaAllah, but this is what I'm trying to say is that you think something, don't interpret anything. You just leave it to us, and we'll tell you what is happening.
I still keep thinking it's a thought.
Yes, that's what I'm saying is that that's the blockage itself. Just stop it, yeah?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. It's very different from the last time.
Okay.
I felt like as soon as we started reading the first Amal, I felt like I could see the Shaykh.
Right.
Sat like as if to like waiting for the transfer. I could feel my like thinking, but I could feel like looking up, seeing the name of Allah, then looking and seeing the Shaykh just sat there. It felt like as if they were saying, "Look, I'm waiting for you to, complete that transfer."
Yeah. So what happens sometimes is that as you become proficient and you become more apt to doing this, some people, but this is what we call a guided cleansing and a guided tour. So sometimes if it's a case that you've already, now here, look, the brother is already seeing the Shaykh. He's already seeing. In other words, he's already transferred. You don't need this. It's a technique that we're saying to help you, to facilitate you to actually transfer to the spiritual world. Now there are people is that just instantly they transfer. Without this process of breathing in and then actually thinking, they can transfer. So if it's the case that you can see the Shaykh, transfer, and then you don't need to follow the brother, you go.
Yeah, so
you understand?
I
You just
did
go,
continue
follow the Shaykh, and start whatever you got to start. Don't let it go. Go with the flow. What you're saying is go with the flow, let it go, and do what you have to do. Don't hinder yourself. Oh, I must stick to this. Again, this agitation will cause you more difficulties for no reason. Go with the flow. If you've seen the Shaykh, they're saying they're waiting. Alhamdulillah, they say you should just transfer that. Go on, carry on.
So I had an idea of where I wanted to go and stuff, but it's as if I was going but then getting pulled back.
Yeah, this is the reason why is because one, we say submit, is that you say normally the adab and etiquette is that don't say where you want to say, Shaykh, Master, where would you like to take me? You take me where you want to take me. Wherever you think is best. But for us, for me and you, this is a little bit more higher, is that for us to reach the Shaykh, that's our maqsad and that's it. For us, it'll be, this is the, it's like, for us, this is everything. To reach where the Shaykh is, where the Master is, this is everything. Then what you say to them is that you don't say, I feel like going to Jannat al-Firdaus. Can you take me there? What about here? It's okay. It's a good request, good one. But here it's about submission. And you're learning and you're saying is that, okay, where do you think? I don't know where it'll be good for me. Where would you like to take me? Please, you take me wherever you think is best. And if you think it's best just to be here, I am happy. You understand what I'm saying? Is that this is submission. What Sayyidina Abdul Zubar told you yesterday is submit and actually give in and think, humble yourself in front of your teacher. This is what you should do, is that whatever they think is best for you. So that's why you're trying to go there. They say, no, it's better for you to be here. And I also said is that the more that you see of Shaykh Ahmad Abba, the more that you actually spend time with them, stronger, spiritually stronger, and also clarity that you'll get in seeing the other spiritual entities and the other spiritual world. The stronger and clearer it will be. Okay.
And then just lastly, just before the salam, to break the salah, obviously for like a millisecond, it felt as if I was going into a bigger congregation.
Right.
Like I could see like a picture.
Yeah.
But then it's like a bit cloudy, but I could make out was a bigger and then just.
Yeah. In other words, is that you are slowly developing yourself. Carry on with it. Try to visualize more of Shaykh Ahmad Abba, mashallah, see them more and more, and then that will then also clarify and open bigger openings to other things as well. Okay, mashallah, mubarak. Urdu se kya?
السلام علیکم.
وعلیکم السلام ورحمۃ اللہ.
بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم. میں پہلے بھی ایک دفعہ یہ نماز پڑھی ہے لیکن آج مجھے کچھ ڈفرینٹ فیلنگ آئی ہے. تو پہلی رکعت میں تو ایسے بالکل میری باڈی لائٹ جیسے کوئی واقعی میری روح چلی گئی ہے. پھر میں نے اپنے آپ کو مدینہ پاک میں دیکھا. پہلے اولڈ والی مسجد آئی, پھر اینڈ پہ ریسنٹلی جو میں دیکھ کے آیا ہوں وہ سین میرے سامنے آئے. تو پھر میں دوسری رکعت میں مکہ پاک پہنچ گیا ہوں. تو سڈنلی مجھے احساس ہو رہا ہے یہ میری ادھر باڈی کیوں ہل رہی ہے. روح تو میری نکل گئی ہے, روح تو میری ادھر ہے, یہ میری باڈی ادھر اس نوٹنگم میں کیوں موو ہو رہی ہے. پھر میں نے اپنے فور ہیڈ کو اور ہاتھوں کو ایسے فیل کیا کہ میں مکہ کا جو وائٹ والا فلور نہیں ہارڈ, ادھر میں نماز پڑھ رہا ہوں. امام مجھے ریکگنائز نہیں ہوئے کون ہے, لیکن میرے فور ہیڈ کو ہاتھ کو وہ فیلنگ نہیں آ رہی. تو یہ باڈی ادھر جو موجود ہے وہ بھی حرکت کر رہی ہے, وہ بھی مجھے ادھر بھی وہ جو روح ہے یا باڈی ہے وہ بھی حرکت کر رہی ہے. تو پھر
اب وہ مقصد جو چیز ہے چیزیں مجھے مقصد جو چیز ہے نا وہ الحمدللہ وہ حاصل کیا تھا. الحمدللہ آپ تو ٹرانسفر کیا, آپ جا رہے دوسرے سفر روحانی سفر بھی جا رہے, مدینہ شریف بھی گیا تھا, دین آپ مکہ شریف بھی گیا الحمدللہ. لیکن وہ چیز آپ جیسے کہہ رہے وہ 2-3 آدمی ادھر بھی کہا تھا, جب آپ سوچیں گے میرے جسم میں ادھر وہ جب آپ سوچیں گے وہ ادھر بھی کیا ہو رہے, تعجب لگ رہا ہے وہ ادھر کیا ہوا, میرے جسم ادھر ہے, میرے روح ادھر ہے, وہ ادھر بھی گڑبڑ لگتے. سو آپ کیا کریں گے نیکسٹ ٹائم از آپ جو چیز دیکھ رہے, جو چیز ایکسپیرینس کر رہے, فلو کرے, آپ کنٹینیو کرے.
میں وہ چیز سمجھنا چاہتا ہوں, میں انڈرسٹینڈ نہیں ایٹ اے ٹائم. جیسے میں ابھی گھر میں بھی ہوں, کوکنگ بھی کر رہا ہوں, ادھر میں نماز بھی پڑھ رہا ہوں, تو یہ کیسے
آپ
وہی میں سمجھنا چاہ رہا ہوں.
آپ جب نماز بھی پڑھ رہے کوکنگ پر نہیں رہنا چاہے, ٹھیک ہے.
میں میرے سوچ کے ساتھ لنک ہے کہ
جی آپ کے سوچ, اس لیے میں کہہ رہا ہوں آپ کے سوچ ٹرین کرے, میں مکہ شریف بھی پڑھوں گا اور مدینہ شریف بھی پڑھوں گا اور دوسری جگہ
ایٹ اے ٹائم.
جی ایٹ اے ٹائم. اور ادھر بھی جیسے آپ کہہ رہے ہیں میں فیل کر سکتا ہوں, وہ یو کین فیل دا ہیٹ, یو کین فیل دا ایٹماسفیئر, وہ جو غیر چیز. دس از گڈ. آپ کو روح بھی ایکسپیرینس کرے گا, آپ کے لیے بہت فائدہ حاصل کریں گے. لیکن آپ کوکنگ پڑھنا نہ چاہے, اس دنیاوی چیز پہ پڑھنا چاہے, آپ دوسری چیز میں جائیں, ٹھیک ہے انشاءاللہ. لیکن الحمدللہ آپ اس کا معنی بھی آپ اور اعلیٰ چیز بھی چاہ سکتے ہیں, آپ صرف پریکٹس کریں.
ریئلی ویسے جو میں نے بزرگوں کے میں ٹی وی میں ہی دیکھا تھا ان کو پرسوں ہی, تو میں حاضر ہوا تو آگے وہ تھے مغرب کے ٹائم. اتفاق ہوا ہے میں نے لائف میں اتنی سکون والی نماز نہیں پڑھی ہوگی جتنا وہ ماشاءاللہ سکون ملا مجھے. جزاک اللہ سب کا.
السلام علیکم. پھر اردو والے آ گئے آپ کے لیے مشکل ہو گیا. اس طرح ہے کہ جو کلینزنگ کا جتنا طریقہ ہے اس کے مطابق جتنے لطائف ہیں وہ پروسیجر سے گزر کے پھر جب ہم نے نفل ادا کیے تو اس میں بہت ہی پیس آف مائنڈ ملا ہے. ایک طرح کا جو ہے نا بندہ روحانی نماز جس میں پوری توجہ ہوتی ہے, اس طرح کی میں نے یہ نفل نماز ادا ہوئی ہے. مجھے بڑے پیس آف مائنڈ ملا ہے, صحیح طرح سکون ملا ہے. لیکن آگے کا تصور جو ہے کہ میں مدینے میں ہوں یا میں مکہ شریف میں پڑھ رہا ہوں, یہ میری ابھی تک روحانی اس طرح کی کوئی چیز آگے نہیں گئی.
اچھا
یا اس کا جی یہی میں کہہ رہا ہوں کہ اس کا یا یہ تصور میں لانا ہوگا, یہ مجھے پریکٹس کرنی ہوگی پہلے کافی آگے جا کے گھر میں یا
जी जी बिल्कुल आप प्रैक्टिस करें लेकिन वो तसव्वुर है ना आप बिल्कुल कर सकते हैं तसव्वुर कर सकते हैं
तसव्वुर कर सकते
जी बिल्कुल सो आप ऐसे तसव्वुर करें आप जैसे नमाज इधर हम पीछे जो मगरिब का वक्त नमाज पढ़े हज़रत का पीछे सो आप वो तसव्वुर कर सकते हैं मैं इधर नॉटिंघम भी नमाज पढ़ रहा हूँ शेख साहब के पीछे उसके बाद में आप तसव्वुर करें शेख साहब मेरे मदीना शरीफ भी लेके जा रहे हो मसलन वो सब कुछ सीन है ना चेंज हो रहे हैं मेल्ट हो रहे हैं आप हम मदीना शरीफ भी चले गया ऐसे और देन उसके बाद में जब आप सेकंड रकात भी पढ़ेंगे दूसरे रकात भी पढ़ेंगे अब देखिए मदीना शरीफ चेंज हो रहे हैं मक्का शरीफ भी बना ऐसे भी तसव्वुर करें अंदर इंशाल्लाह से आस्ते 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 जो वो सुकून है ना वो हकीकतन वो इज़ दैट बिकॉज वो वजह से अब रूह दूसरी जगह भी जा रहे हैं वो इफेक्ट आप फील कर रहे हैं
जिस तरह कहते हैं कि भाई मतलब अगर बंदा ये झूठ बोले कि मैंने अल्लाह के नबी को देखा है
हाँ
तो ये अच्छी बात नहीं है
जी जी बिल्कुल
बंदा मैं यहाँ कह दूँ कि मैं गया था तो मैंने ये देखा मैंने वो देखा
हाँ बिल्कुल
अगर मैं नहीं देखा तो फिर मुझे नहीं कहना चाहिए
जी जी हाँ बिल्कुल बिल्कुल लेकिन वो जो
या मैं स्टोरी बना के पेश करूँ तो फिर
वो इसलिए वो ट्रेन ब्रदर्स है ना उस्ताद है ना वो देख सकते हैं आप जब भी झूठ बोल रहे नहीं बोल रहे ठीक है वो उसका ट्रेनिंग है वो आप बिल्कुल उसके पास भी जो they can tell inshallah if
सूफिया का ये जो तरीका है रूहानी तौर पर वो पहुँचते हैं
जी जी वो सैयदना अब्दुल
लेकिन
जब्बार
हम कहते हैं कि क्या हमारा स्टेटस अभी उनके बराबर तो नहीं है
नहीं लेकिन आप सब भी ज़ियारत मिला देखो उस भाई भी ज़ियारत मिला उस दूसरे
मैं
भाई
यही
भी
कह रहा
ज़ियारत
हूँ
मिला सो
जिसको मिला है वो बताता है ठीक है अगर नहीं किसी को मिला तो वो बताना शुरू कर दे
नहीं वो
जो ठीक नहीं है ना
इधर भी जो this is why Professor Sam said is that whoever has seen me he's seen me हदीस शरीफ में आता है जिन लोग भी शैतान मेरा शक्ल नहीं ले सकते जिन लोगों ने जो देखा वो देखा एक चीज़ शैतान सो बेसिकली जिन लोगों कह रहे वो देखा हम टैक्स बिल्कुल आपका रूह है ना बाज़ दफ़ा मसलन भाई एक भाई पूछ रहे मैं वो शक्ल देखा 90% और 95% ऑफ सहाबी है ना उन लोगों कभी they were too shy to look at the Prophet कि इतना रोब और इतने लाइट नूर भी आ रहे वो हमेशा आंखें नीचे
रखते थे
चेहरा मुबारक नहीं देखते
सही
है
सही
so similarly अब हम जब भी रूहानी वर्ल्ड में जाते हैं मसलन हम गौस पाक भी देख रहा हो लेकिन खौफ से हम नहीं देख रहे क्योंकि हम पता हम इतने गुनाहगार बंदे हैं कैसे इतने से हस्तियत भी कैसे देख सकते लेकिन आपने पता वो गौस पाक समझ आए आपको रूह भी पता है वो कौन है वो हम जो उस तालीम नहीं दे सकते मसलन देखो वो शख्स ऐसे शक्ल है नहीं आपका रूह भी पता है वो कौन है एक चीज़ रूह वो पता है वो कौन है लेकिन आप नहीं देखे आप ऐसे भी हमेशा बैठ रहे क्योंकि आपके पास जो उस ताकत नहीं है ताकत है लेकिन वो जो you have got the ability really you don't want to look खौफ से डर रहे क्योंकि आपका पता है आपका कितने गुनाह है अंदर भी तो इसलिए नहीं देख रहा इसलिए मैं कह रहा हूँ वो झूठ बोलने आपका रिजल्ट भी मिलेंगे इंशाल्लाह लेकिन इंशाल्लाह इधर भी झूठ बोलना की कोई तरीका नहीं जिन लोगों वो कहते हैं देखा अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह
ये सही होना चाहिए सही मयार है जी
इंशाल्लाह आप मुसलसल भी प्रैक्टिस करें
जी इंशाल्लाह घर में बिल्कुल थैंक यू वेरी मच बहुत अच्छा माहौल
अस्सलाम वालेकुम
वालेकुम अस्सलाम व रहमतुल्लाह
This experience is obviously every experience is going to be different to the first from the previous ones. My experience was initially when we were doing all the preparation, I was focused and not focused. I kept going into it, coming out of it, and then trying to maintain the focus. This is me. I've been doing this previously as well. I get agitated and then I just let go. I get frustrated and then I just go with the flow. It's just me playing with my feelings, my emotions, this is how I am. And then things level out, alhamdulillah, afterwards. But straight after that, when we had to do the transfer, I was in two minds. I was ready and I wasn't ready because what happened previously obviously didn't happen to plan. But despite that, I just went along with it. I thought, we'll see how we get on later stage. But we did the transfer, and then from there onwards, the total experience from there onwards, it was just total flight. I didn't come down to the ground or anywhere. It was all flight. I was viewing everything from the peaks, and obviously now I'm going to just a few things, images that I saw. Initially, when we did the transfer, I was doing tasawwur of Sheikh Saab, and they took my hand, and we just basically just went lightning speed. And throughout this experience, all I could see, the entire time I was looking, I could see rays of nur as we were going behind us, leaving a trail everywhere. And at the same time, I recall I saw the skies opening, and there was light just shining directly from above. And the opening was circular, so it was a circular opening. And so basically, we didn't actually go there, but I was seeing that as we were flying. And at the same time we were moving on, I could see the dome of Gumbad-e-Khazra in the skies, so in the heavens, in the skies. I don't know which one. And I was also seeing various mosques. I knew they were mosques because they were unique, because I've never seen this mosque before. But one thing that caught my eye, obviously I was glimpsing at all these, and one thing that caught my eye was a complete mosque of nur. And I was inspired by that. I was trying to make out what it is, where I am, and all this. And then I tried to bring myself back to Masjid al-Nabawi, and I only caught a glimpse of a Jama'ah taking place. I couldn't make out, who, what. And then basically, then we just returned. And but one thing I want to share is, for some reason, I was, like a plane lands. We was basically doing that. It was coming towards landing, but it was a swirl landing. It was coming round, but it was coming into darkness for some reason. And it was all a dark forest. I don't know, for some reason we ended up like this. In the dark forest.
MashaAllah, you were actually traversing, you were going to the heavens really, and you're seeing some of the scenes of heaven. And the green dome that you're seeing is your representation, which represented where the spirit, the Kuba Barzakh, where you see yesterday in the diagram, is that it's a representation where at the end part where the soul of the ruh of the Prophet actually resides, in the heavens at the top, and that's where they reside sometimes, and then sometimes they come onto the face. There are only two places that can actually tolerate their light and the power of the spirit. That's why the mitti of where the Rasulullah, the blessed mitti in which they are buried, it is a special mitti that no other place in the universe can tolerate that the power and the affairs of the Prophet ﷺ. It is not a normal mitti, it's a unique mitti. That these are the only two places that can actually tolerate. Otherwise, the Jism Mubarak of the Prophet ﷺ, blessed Jism Mubarak, that was actually one place, and the mitti which is surrounding the land in which they're there, that is the place that can tolerate it, the spirit. And also where the Kuba Barzakh is, that is where the spirit usually resides, in that. You're seeing glimpses of that. And those nur that you're saying, obviously anything compared to the heavens, when you come back to the earth, that's where it's darkness. This dunya is darkness. You come back to the earth, you're seeing the dunya back to there. So your spirit was actually roaming in different parts of Jannah. There are different mahallas, different places of nur and waras, gems, light, and so on. Words can't even describe sometimes what they are. So mashallah is good, spending time there. That means that you took tour of the heavens really done.
Dark forest was there.
It's representative, not the dark forest of dunya, because when you compare,
Back to dunya.
yeah, you're coming back to the
Dark
dunya.
forest is the dunya.
Yeah, so basically representative is coming back to this dunya, is coming back to the body, because this dunya compared to the akhirah is darkness. Okay, that's about it.
Just one of the last vision was that I seen mosques on the peaks of mountains as well. But this was in the skies.
Yeah, again, there are different places, different maqamas. They're like this. There is not a single place in Jannah where there is no an angel who is actually doing ibadat and worship. So that is not a strange matter. And the other thing of the swirling, actually, this is how reality is that there is a light from the Gumbad of Gumbad al-Khadra going all the way to the heaven, also Bayt al-Ma'mur, where the Kaaba is, the light going there. And what the Malaika do is that when they come down from the heavens, they swirl around the light to get energy, to get re-energized from that light of the Prophet ﷺ. They get re-energized and they come and greet and give salam to the Prophet ﷺ. After they do that, they go back, they go to Bayt al-Ma'mur, they go up and they get energized again, get the energy to go back and carry out the task. And imagine, look how privileged we are. These angels only get to do it once in their lifetime, to go and give salam to the Prophet ﷺ. And we can do it anytime. And they weep and cry to do the. For them, it's the greatest honor for them to go and be able to actually give salam to the Prophet ﷺ. And we can do this anytime if we want. And not only that, we can actually interact and meet. Well, this is where our shauq, our longing should be, that we want to be able to do that as well. Okay.
Without digger.
Yeah. Yes.
Hi. I don't say anything in here, but I'm feeling good when I'm praying. But another thing, when I do like muraqabah or praying, but I feel tired and I feel crying all the time. I don't know why.
This can happen is that you're not accustomed to this. You're not used to doing this. And what happens is that, like I said, is that if this is the first time you're doing it, it's like something you have to get attuned to. Slowly get your mindset, your heart, everything in tune and getting it ready so that you can then benefit maximum. So it's like I told you that when you come from the dunya, all of a sudden now you come to the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the effects of that dunya are still there. You can't just cancel it away. You can't just actually shove it to a side and think, yeah, I'm okay now. No. It means that you need, inshallah, the course of purification will help you a lot to then achieve these sort of openings and these sort of things. So now you know where the problem may be. You've been discussed what the obstacles are. Yeah. Focus on that and do that, and then it to make your journey on this side easier as well. But one, like we said, is that this is just one session you sat in terms of one retreat. Come and sit another retreat, then you see the progress that you make. Yeah. So if you can attend the gathering, that's even better as well. But come and sit in another retreat when it's another time, another town. Sacrifice your time for that, and then you see you make more progress as well. So it's just a matter of just practice. And then, for example, you're all going to go home today. What are you going to be doing? Going back to the same activities that you're doing. So you got to now start thinking, okay, whatever they've told me to do, okay, I've got to find time now to do this. And then I've got to try now to stop from that. So for example, आपका 5 अमाल दिया था, वो बिल्कुल try to be steadfast on that. So just 5 minutes or 10 minutes, the muraqabah and dhikr. 10-minute muraqabah and 10-minute dhikr as well. Yeah, 20 minutes, 24 hours में जो sacrifice करवा. Can you not do that?
Yeah, of course I can do that.
Just find. Now all you got to do is then, okay, in this 20 minutes, just say app, we do the muraqabah dua. What we're saying is that in these 20 minutes now, मैं सिर्फ Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala के लिए कर रहा हूँ. I'm just doing it for Allah's pleasure and Allah's sake. I want to remember Him. Say 20 minutes, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala के लिए करे, and that's it. And then all the different practices, for example, Salah, Miraj of Salah, and these activities. अब time मिलेंगे, then आप करें बिल्कुल जब जमात पे आए थे, तैयार करें, do the cleansing and then transfer. Do the cleansing. And if there's anything you get stuck, you will all be added to the WhatsApp group. Then पूछे भाई मैं वो चीज़ कर देता है, इधर भी मुश्किल आता है, इधर भी ऐसे भी आता है. I found it difficult here and I found it difficult there. Explain to me how I do it. Am I doing this correctly? Or if you have any other experience, tell us. Or if you have any difficult, tell us. We are here. This is basically we're here for you to tell us, and then inshallah we'll give you feedback as best as we can. So you should always think that you should never feel shy to ask us anything, and nor should you think, oh, kya ho raha hai? Nobody's actually. No, we're here. Tell us whatever the problem is. Inshallah, we'll endeavor to give you that. So never feel as though that, no, I can't ask him, he's too busy, he's too thingy, no. And no matter how silly it is, you think, oh, this is silly, they're going to shout at me. No, say it. And then inshallah we'll actually get a solution. One last.
We're just curious to ask our Imam Sahib to just share his feelings regarding this session.
You can share your feelings. How did you feel?
ये जो जिक्र है ये तन्हाई में बैठ के घर में
हाँ बिल्कुल आप घर में कर सकते हैं मस्जिद में कर सकते हैं जिस जगह भी करे तन्हाई में
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So, in my experience, so my experience, especially the Lataifs, they went okay, alhamdulillah. The point of transfer again was okay. I found the teacher, alhamdulillah. Then after they finding the teacher, after the Allahu Akbar, from there it was as though that we was all here in the Jamaat. Ustad Qais was also sort of there was also here as well, and then the whole congregation went to Makkah Sharif, where the Prophet ﷺ was leading in the Jamaat. And while there was...
You were saying, why do you went to Makkah? He was in Makkah, so you were actually thinking, so that's why you find yourself in Makkah.
And then whilst we went to Makkah Sharif and the Prophet ﷺ was there, then we also, as soon as we went into the ruku, it was as though that we automatically transferred to Medina Sharif, the old Medina Sharif, where there was the palm trees. The Sahaba Ikram was also present, and there was the Jamaat there as well. And not only that, the Sahaba Ikram was intermingled within the actual brothers, so there wasn't any distinction as such, but the heart obviously knew that. As mentioned by Ustad Qais. Then as soon as we got back up, again it was as though we went to Masjid al-Aqsa, and the Prophet ﷺ was also leading the namaz, but the Anbiya Ikram was there, and various different Anbiya Ikram were there. Went into ruku, came back up for the second rakat, and while in the second rakat, now there was 3 to 4 sort of windows that was open. Some brothers was in Medina Sharif, some brother was in Makkah Sharif, other brothers was in Masjid al-Aqsa, and other brothers was roaming in the heavens. And then also there was a line of Mashaykh of Tariqa Muhammadiyah, and Hassab was introducing every brother to the Mashaykh, and some brothers had longings to meet different Mashaykh, and each Mashaykh actually gave each teacher, each master, they gave each brother a gift, and in that gift there was either kujur, fruit, and other things. And also the Hassab, they also introduced each brother to the Prophet ﷺ name by name, hand in hand. They had done that, and again that was done. And Then after that, the vision then faded away.
These are, mashallah, these fruits and all these introductions, it's like we say that we don't relate to us, or we want to hear from you. And you yourself will be witnessing yourself in the future. So imagine spending those times and eating, and the fruits are representing, basically you receive, this is the reason why you're seeing so many different mashayikhs. We don't go into these things, but really it's like all, if you wanted to see that the mashayikhs of all the tariqas really, through Sayyidina Abdul Aziz the Barahmullah, through our master, is that nearly all the affairs of all the mashayikhs are actually in this one tariq. And that's why you're seeing so many different mashayikhs, because like Hazrat Abu al-Hasan al-Shadhi rahmullah, like Sayyidina Abdul Qadir Jilani rahmullah, like Sayyidina Uwais al-Qarni, Sayyidina Mu'in Chishti rahmullah, Hazrat Ganjbak, they're all these different mashayikhs of all different parts of the world. It's like all combined into through Sayyidina Abdul Aziz Barahmullah, because again, you need to know the story about Sayyidina Abdul Aziz Barahmullah to appreciate what I'm saying. We haven't got time for that, because it's near time for lunch, we have to eat that. So another time maybe we'll discuss about this, but that's why you're seeing all the different mashayikhs and they're giving their fairs. And then what a great blessing that you've been introduced, although you have some sha'arats and some feeling maybe, but being blessed to be meeting with the Prophet ﷺ, and your names being mentioned to the Prophet ﷺ. They already know you, but imagine that the privilege that your name is introduced by one, itna sharfat milre, that your name has been mentioned in the side of the barakah of the Prophet ﷺ and been introduced to them. So mashallah, Mubarak, all of you, you are actually. So in other words, what I'm trying to say is that, in other words, is sometimes just to the power of the mashayikhs is that you don't realize it's in other words that the power of the spirit of the mashayikhs, they're taking you there without you realizing. That's why I said is that you have gone, you have transferred. It's just a matter of you just go in the flow and don't let those thoughts come in and block you, saying, oh, this I'm just thinking, I'm wondering here, or this is just fake, or this is just my thoughts, or this is just my imagination, and so on. Just don't, just let it go in the flow. Just get. No, I'm just saying, yeah, that's what I mean. Just don't. Yeah. Yeah. So mainly is that even you got to understand who's the creator of thoughts. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Inshallah. Anyway, we'll stop here because it's time for lunch. Tiyar ho gaya? Is it ready for 10 minutes? How about giving it a shower here?